but he couldn't get enough supply to meet demand. The maple syrup cartel, yes, there is actually a maple syrup cartel called the Foundation of Quebec Maple Syrup Producers controlled everything. So Richard came up with a plan. He rented a warehouse right next to the strategic reserve. Then, over the course of a year, he and his accomplices systematically stole 3,000 tons of maple syrup. That's worth about $18 million. Here's the crazy part. They didn't just grab barrels and run. They were sophisticated about it. They would steal the syrup, then fill empty barrels with water so the weight would seem normal during inspections. For months, officials were checking barrels full of water, thinking they were checking liquid gold. They got away with it for almost a year. They were selling the stolen syrup to buyers in the United States and New Brunswick. It was a full-scale international maple syrup smuggling operation. The scheme only unraveled when the inspector got suspicious about the why some barrels sounded different when tapped. They opened one up and found water instead of syrup. Richard got 6 years in prison. The whole thing became known as the Great Canadian Maple Syrup Heist and inspired a Netflix documentary. The wildest part, this wasn't some small-time operation. This was equivalent of robbing Fort Knox, except instead of gold, it was breakfast condiment. I have no idea why I decided to tell you about the maple syrup heist today. Maybe because I'm on day 4 of this challenge and I'm realizing I don't always have to have deep insights about creativity and fear. Sometimes a story is just a story. And honestly, learning about Richard Vallières and his elaborate syrup scheme made my day more interesting. Maybe my videos aren't perfect. Maybe nobody's watching. Definitely nobody's watching. But I'm not waiting for the fire anymore. And there is a tip today, like every other day. The tip is learn something completely random and tell someone about it. Not everything has to connect to your goals and have a deeper meaning. Sometimes interesting is enough. That's day 4, brought to you by Canadian Organized Crime. See you tomorrow.